Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hello MJ friends, checking in on another wonderful green day out there, some big movers out there today. And a lot of people are going to look at today and say, wow, OGI earnings results really ran the sector. And some people are not going to agree with what I'm about to say, but this comes from a lot of experience with many different markets going through very significant sentiment shifts, both from euphoric to fear and despair, back to euphoric again. Again, the cryptocurrency space being the biggest and clearest example. In my opinion, if you put out the exact same OGI earnings 3 weeks ago, we would not have gone up nearly half as much as OGI went up today. How is that possible? Sector sentiment change. The big boys loaded up over the past couple of weeks. We knew we needed the weekly trend change. We knew the clear line in the sand resistance levels that once they broke, we would start putting pressure on shorts. That happened on big bull volume. The major players are absolutely trading the space right now. Pointed out the last 4 days or last 3 days how the timing of the dip buying and the bull increased volume and the temporary tops was similar day after day after day. And in my opinion, and I've seen it before, you get the same exact headlines and you put them in a fear market, and the market is going to ignore bullish headlines and it's going to dwell on bearish headlines. And you do the exact same headlines in a bullish market, and the bulls are going to ignore bearish headlines, and they're going to parade around with their bullish headlines. Were OGI earnings surprising and huge? No. And I haven't read them, but that's my reaction to what social media has talked about them. Did it warrant this size of a move? No. It's sector sentiment squeezing shorts. So everything is different based on sector sentiment. And you have people, again, on Twitter watching them just get so frustrated seeing the unfair moves for the bulls, an hourly trend change for the bulls that goes absolutely nowhere and gets crushed back down. Meanwhile, we're currently seeing hourly trend changes for the bulls, seeing tons of follow through. The exact same technical signals, the exact same headlines, earnings reactions, and fundamentals get completely different receptions based on what part of the cycle we are in. And the sector has clearly shifted its short-term sentiment. So congrats to the CGC bulls. CGC today was much easier for the bulls to stay confident. And why I say that is we hit the high of yesterday. Where am I looking here? Put on some extended hours to help us out. So we hit the high of yesterday, first thing this morning, and rejected. Now, if you're going to see that mark a top, so 24.44 high of yesterday, first thing, first 5-minute candlestick. If you're going to see that mark a top, you're going to see a race to the exit. You're going to see all bulls selling their shares like hotcakes, saying, the run is done. We're done for now. Bail, bail, bail. And the shorts are going to pile in. We pulled back for 10 minutes. We did not see any increasing bear volume. We saw the hourly higher low hold. So the hourly uptrend remained intact. Our hourly higher low, 22.97. We bounced off 23.58, and the whole time while I was live streaming this morning, I was saying, bulls are really liking this reaction to that double top. They are just fine. We hit the high of the day, higher low, little mini equilibrium, high of the day, and from there, 5-minute higher lows and higher highs continued all day. What happened here? This looks normal. This does not look normal. In my opinion, again, from watching many different times, I've seen this before on a big board stock like CMG, Chipotle, and news came out a week later that Bill Ackman and his huge hedge fund have established a position. So this to me is absolutely algo and bots trading triggered by the bulls. And this is, you've heard me talk about oversold bounce plays where I say I want an all-out flush and I want an all-out dump to be looking for a bounce and a significant opportunity. So if we're looking in the opposite mindset, if we want to see a climax top, we want to run real fast. We want to go up 5% in 15 minutes, climax out, and then pull back real hard. And that marks our top. This is a slow bleed up. So I will not play an oversold bounce if it's a slow bleed down, because the RSI levels don't get extended and we see complete control. This is a slow bleed up where every single time we touch the 2-minute, 12-period exponential support, the bulls are just buying. It is not normal price action. In my opinion, the big boy bulls flipped their bot switches and it continued to put pressure on shorts for a solid hour and a half with literally no chance for any shorts to cover, just constantly higher highs. We then volume climaxed up at the top, and that marked the top. So I want to talk now, and those of you who watch the cryptocurrency videos know what I'm about to talk about, the zoom out game. So on the way up, we saw the 2-minute 12-period exponential support act as a buy signal. Every time we hit that, if you buy, you make money. We then lost that support level. As soon as that support level is lost, we know momentum has shifted. And that tells us zoom out. Look at the 5-minute time frame. After that massive bull move, the first time we hit the 5-minute exponential support, we bounce from 25.30 up to 25.80, 2% bounce. It's just a 5-minute lower high, and then we drop to a lower low. So 12-period, 5-minute exponential support, good for a 2% bounce. Zoom out. 15-minute time frame, first touch of exponential support, we drop to 24.95, we bounce to 25.66. That's almost a 3% bounce. Zoom out. Hourly, 12-period exponential support, we touched it at 24.62 and we bounced up significantly off that level. And in the end, we ended up going from 24.62 to 25.27. Again, another 2.5%, 3% bounce. Every single time we touched the 12-period exponential support for the first time on a different time frame, we bounced off of that level. And I was part of that because I was buying 5-minute exponential support. I bought and sold for a flip. I bought 15-minute exponential support and sold for a flip. And others were doing the same. So where we stand, we are still in an hourly uptrend. We did not close as strong as the bulls would have hoped. And if we are going to see a temporary top be set tomorrow, it's going to be the bulls failing to break the high of today at 25.97 and then dropping down and breaking the low of consolidation, 24.62. S&P 500 is absolutely still in play with correlation, and CGC today had periods where it was clearly correlating and then periods where it ignored its correlation. So again, that correlation is always coming and going, which is why we want to be paying attention to it. And I have not looked at this comparison yet today, but just from watching throughout the day, I know that there were. So looking here at the end of the day, this action starts to line up, pull back, solid bounce, tops out and pulls back. So it looks like more so in the second half of the day. Where was the correlation completely ignored? Right here on CGC when the bots kicked in. So before that, look at the correlation between SPY and CGC. Very, very similar on the 2-minute time frame. And then the bulls flip their bot switch. Correlation goes out the window for an hour and a half. Bulls could have cared less what SPY was doing. And that's because the bull volume's coming in and breaking that correlation so that it doesn't matter. So it's still there. There are periods where it goes away. But again, take away that hour and a half, very correlated like we just saw. And then again, very correlated after that top. So we'll see if we lose the hourly uptrend. If we do, tomorrow, on any of these names, we will zoom out and look for a daily higher low to form. And guess which exponential moving average support I'm eyeing for a potential daily higher low. And guess which exponential support on the daily time frame I bought Bitcoin on a handful of days ago. Right there, 12-period daily exponential support into continuation. I picked up these exponential moving averages from my crypto trading in 2017, applied them to stocks, and I will never look back until market conditions change and they're no longer useful. But I was astounded at how useful they were at stocks coming from the crypto space where I noticed that. So, other things to notice tomorrow. If a couple individual names break their high, if your individual name breaks its high of yesterday and you look around the sector and no other bulls are coming with you and no other bulls are breaking their high of the day, it's a little bit of a red flag. That should be a caution signal for you. Because again, we're seeing the sector correlated as a whole. Today was a day of laggards. Some of our weakest names had huge days today. CWeb, off of its all-time low, finally kicked it into bull gear today. ACB had another big day. Hexo had a big day. and VFF had a big day. Those were all among, just 3 days ago, you go back and look at the video I made maybe 3 or 4 days ago, those were all highlighted as the weakest names. That is good for sector sentiment because it shows rotation. It shows the bulls running the major names. It shows some profit taking going into the laggards. Then the bulls make money on the laggards. Those profits continuing to cycle around, going from one name to the next, is what we want to see. So tomorrow and Friday is just a question, have we topped out? And are we looking for daily consolidation? And when we do, we will definitely be looking for daily higher lows. APHA, double top, 549 and 548. Great start to the day. We were looking for an hourly higher low compared to the low of yesterday. We opened higher, and it was off to the races for the bulls right away, but we did double top. Anything above 496 is an hourly higher low. But if we lose the hourly uptrend, that double top is going to be a bit daunting. Bulls want to see a break of 561 to try and join Curaleaf and VLNS and CGC on their weekly trend changes. So have to clear this double top and potential for a 4-hour equilibrium. If we pull back tomorrow, we'll be looking for a higher low compared to 487. First things first, I care about the hourly time frame. So hourly higher lows for everybody. Cron, big bull move, nice volume. Upper wick is a bit concerning. So again, if we cannot break the high of today, tomorrow, and then we drop down and break the low of consolidation, that's our top being set for now. And we'll look for daily inside bars to be the result tomorrow. And then we'll have to see Friday how the inside bars break. Keep in mind, Monday, the US is closed, Canada is not. So, hourly higher low on Cron right now, trying to form at 825. Resistance is 882. ACB, big bull volume, strongest close out of the major names. Again, the laggards come into life today. Next resistance is up at 212 and then 227. Have we changed the daily trend? No. We're coasting on sector momentum and profits shuffling around. We will need a daily trend change to have confidence in follow through off of this bottom. But a good sign for bull volume, hourly higher low, is 196. And every bull is looking at ACB and saying, darn, I wish we closed that strong. Because we just need less than 2% for a new high of the day. CGC would need 4% for a new high of the day. TLRY, that looks like a climax. The volume, the bearish reversal doji, still possible to keep this going, but we have to keep the hourly uptrend intact. 2252 key resistance test first thing. Short-term support 2111, trying to form an hourly higher low for the bulls. No red flags on this consolidation on the hourly. We were very due for it. No notable bear volume. All about the hourly uptrends tomorrow. So OGI, congrats to the bulls. Short squeeze, absolutely. And kept that short pressure on all morning. 5-minute higher lows and higher highs. Look at this correlation move to the CGC. Big move. And I haven't gone through and looked at everybody, but it is looking like a whole bunch of correlation during that same period of time. So OGI, hourly time frame. Higher low right now is 295. If we fail to break 325 and break 295, bulls will have lost their short-term momentum and will look for a daily inside bar. Again, we have not changed the daily trend, so while it is a huge move, into the end of January, we must see a daily trend change for follow-through. Remember when we saw APHA see huge bull moves on reactions to earnings and no daily trend change? There it is right there. No daily trend change, and we ended up dropping 30% plus lower. We actually dropped 50% from the bullish reaction high. Have to see follow-through. And you can be scouting for an OGI short. There will be some potential top fishing plays tomorrow. Bears are going to start lurking around. Hexo, increasing bull volume. Gap fill at 188. Weekly resistance from here, I would say anything under 230 is a weekly lower high, so we're not even close to changing the weekly trend, but it's a great bounce off the low. Again, everybody in the sector is participating. Hourly higher low, 180. And resistance is 197 and then 2 psychological just behind it. Still no red flags on any of these hourly uptrends. It's just cautionary for tomorrow in case we lose the hourly uptrends. CST looking for a lower high compared to 134 on the daily. And that break of 115 shows a little bit of a momentum shift. Spike in bear volume. High of the day. And if you look at it on the half hour, it's more clear. High, low, double top, break of that low into the close. So if we break the low of today, tomorrow, 113, then our daily lower high is set. And if we don't, then we're not confident that that lower high is set yet. Congrats to the VFF Bulls. Laggard action. Good break of 642. Again, haven't changed the daily trend. That has to happen. If we're going to see sustainable follow through, a daily higher low and higher high will be needed to wrap up this month. Anything on the weekly under 693 is a lower high. Labs, nice follow through, increasing bull volume, strong close. So 418 has broken, 445 is next. And the weekly time frame with a little higher low and higher high. It's not as convincing a trend change as CGC. Why can I say that, or why do I say that? CGC had 3 weeks of pullback for a clear higher low, and Labs 1 week of pullback. It's different for me. Is it a weekly trend change? Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you with that. Definitely a higher low and higher high. I am more confident when it is a more clear pivot point. Bulls will take it though. 445 and then 5 psychological. And again, plenty of space for a daily higher low. Determine the time frame of your trade. Are you going to exit on a loss of the hourly uptrends? Or are you going to sit through knowing that a daily higher low is absolutely the most likely scenario once we do top out? Labs has not consolidated on the hourly time frame in a long time. Anything above 399 is an hourly higher low. VLNS is the lead bull in the extraction space for me, technically speaking. Beautiful volume, beautiful high of the day close. 4 and then 423. Weekly trend change, again, more convincing for me. 3 weeks of pullback, clear pivot point, big bull break, monthly chart, all about 490, that all-time high. Need to see monthly increasing bull volume, which we will see this week or this month most likely, but that has to keep up if we're going to see a new all-time high. Otherwise, we'll be watching for the potential of an equilibrium. Bulls obviously would prefer to just blow through that all-time high, have to keep this volume up to see that happen. Hourly higher low. Did not really form one today. 395 short-term support, but I would consider anything above 359 as an hourly higher low. If we break $4 first thing, then I'll call 395 our new hourly higher low. But again, tons of space for a daily higher low to form when we do top out. Cureleaf, tons of volume. A little bit toppy, a doji at the top of a bull move is a potential reversal candle, but we're going to use the hourly uptrend as our guide. Sideways trading today. Short-term support is 960, 980 and $10 our resistance. Again, we've already changed the weekly trend here. Plenty of space for a daily higher low to form when we top out. IIPR, daily consolidation underway. Anything above 71.90 is a daily higher low. What is up with that volume? Zoom in, get out your magnifying glass, and find the answer. So normally when I see a wick like this, the first thing I do is look at volume. Is this real or is it not? The majority of the time, it's not real because there's no notable volume, and you know the price doesn't drop $3 on no notable volume. This is real. This is 150% of the average 20-day volume in 15 seconds. And I'm sure it would be on a 2-second chart as one order if I could zoom in more. So that tells me someone exited a huge position, and all things considered, if that was a market sell, I'm not sure if that was a market sell or if I would have to look at the time in sales. Maybe brokers, 2 brokers agreed on a price at $81 and just executed that trade at that level. Either way, we instantly recovered, and then that threw off the bulls for the rest of the day. So hourly time frame. Is tightening. High of day, lower high. Have to see how this equilibrium breaks, but daily consolidation clearly underway. CVSI, a little bit of follow through. Again, not an entirely convincing strong close. Hit that new high up to 122, pulled back pretty significantly. Bulls are hoping 112 is our new hourly high or low. But when the sector starts consolidating, we're going to see most everybody looking for daily higher lows at the same time. And if your individual name hasn't run as much as other names, it's probably going to be too bad. Those correlations are going to lead to everybody consolidating. Sector is moving as a unit with some variations from day to day, of course. C-Web, there's your laggard action. Nothing impressive. Bulls showing up in a huge way. So anything on the weekly time frame for C-Web under 1725 is a weekly lower high. That's only 70% away. So we're not changing this weekly trend anytime soon. I have much more confidence in weekly uptrend names than I do on names bouncing from all-time lows. They're great gains, absolutely. But again, a lot more proof is needed from these bulls. Hourly higher low of 1013. Bulls will try and keep that hourly uptrend intact into tomorrow. Next resistance, 1085 and then 11. TRUL, still not getting the bounce follow through the bulls want here. We did get up to 14, which is what I said we needed to see, but an upper wick. So low, high, higher low is clearly at 1292. And if we lose the hourly uptrend, we'll then be looking for the lower high to be set. Still in an hourly uptrend for now, but if that's lost, our daily lower high will have been set. CL, also not really doing anything, not really participating. Bulls are still cautious of the head and shoulders here. GTII, big bull volume, nice continuation. 1359 is the level for the bulls to join the weekly trend change sector bulls. And that's getting close to within striking distance. 1% away today, 1.1% away. Hourly support 1307. Harv, big bull volume, equilibrium, broke bullish by getting over 1418 or 418. And now it's all about 441 for follow through. No hourly support established today, so a little bit extended. I would be impressed if the bulls could break 441 from here. I do believe hourly consolidation will be needed first. IAN, notable bull break, good V-shaped recovery, and good job to continue to slowly push through 216 resistance to not set the daily equilibrium as the most likely scenario. Now we zoom back out. In my opinion, this is still the same bounce from the low of 149, and anything under 245 is a weekly lower high, but the bulls are getting up real close to that resistance. So all in all, a good day for the sector. Sector sentiment has shifted, absolutely. We will be looking for daily higher lows to be established when we lose the hourly uptrends. Hourly oversold conditions and daily 12-period exponential supports will be two indicators that I'm going to use to try and scout daily higher lows. Hope you had a good day. No video tomorrow. Headed to Mexico for a Chart Guys members meetup. And going to be there for a while. Monday's closed in the US, open in Canada. Not sure when I will check in and see you next. Maybe Tuesday. I'll do my best for Tuesday. Have a good rest of your night.